School is back in session in Davenport as that district works to fix state violations. How far they've gotten, what's still left to be done.
Plus, Labor Day weekend means busy roads, how one county gets ready to keep roads safe.
WHBF is local for you. This is Local 4 News this morning.
Good morning, everybody, on this Tuesday morning. I'm Redrick Terry.
And I'm Alexandria Ikomoni. Thanks for watching Local 4 News this morning. Let's get started with your local news, beginning with our top story. Davenport School District officials mark a milestone in addressing their state violations. At
last night's school board meeting, the superintendent says they've completed 61% of those violations. The second audit found more issues in areas like special education and student racial inequality. Those issues included no action plan for discrimination complaints and a lack of understanding of the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. Most of those had to be addressed by the end of this month.
Making sure that we had proper evaluation procedures all through our organization, making sure that our teachers and administrators and all of our staff members had a thorough understanding of our bullying and harassment policy.
Kobilski says there are more training sessions planned throughout the year to help staff understand different cultures and a new special education plan expected to roll out in a couple weeks. He says one of the biggest challenges ahead is the budget. District officials have to appear before the state's Budget Review Committee in October for a progress report on that.
A holiday weekend can be dangerous for people on the roads, and police are now preparing after an already deadly weekend. Let's get you up to speed. In Davenport, police are looking into a deadly crash from Sunday. They say a man from Milan was killed in a one-car crash on I-74 West ramp leading to I-80 West. Now, police say the driver lost control and rolled over several times before landing in a ditch.
In Clinton County, deputies continue to investigate a deadly accident involving a motorcycle on Saturday that happened on Highway 67 south of Follette. A motorcycle carrying a man and a woman lost control on a curve and went into the ditch. Both the driver and passenger were thrown. Neither were wearing a helmet. Their names haven't been released.
And now, with Labor Day just being days away, law enforcement is working to stop those deadly crashes.
The roads will be full of people looking to get away for the last long weekend of the summer, and police officers want to make sure you get there and back safely. Local 4's Sean Logging shares some of the key violations police are trying to stop.
We'll just visit and sit around the campfire and eat and have a good time.
The plans for enjoyment this upcoming weekend are simple for Jim Carthy as he prepares for his family to join him at Park Terrace Campground.
And the granddaughter will come in this Friday after school. We'll pick her up and we'll have her all weekend and just hike around here and enjoy the park.
That quiet, relaxing weekend is what Clinton County Sheriff Rick Lincoln says he and his deputies want to protect.
We have a grant program where deputies can sign up to work overtime just to do traffic enforcement. So we will have extra staff out on the roads over the Labor Day weekend.
Sheriff Lincoln says no particular event or holiday lends itself to accidents.
All my years here, I've tried to identify when and where, and we never know.
But he's hoping to avoid a similar situation the sheriff's office is coming off of this past weekend.
Obviously, we never like to have a fatality traffic accident. The odds of it happening twice on the same day at two different times, two different locations, pretty obscure.
And the sheriff says just simple steps is all it takes to help prevent accidents from happening.
Devices seem to be a major issue. Put the cell phone down, please. Wear your seatbelt. Don't drink excessive amounts of alcohol, and use common sense.
So the most can be made of this last taste of summer.
Just enjoy each other, having a good time, that's it.
Sean Logging reporting. But those deaths on the road this weekend are just the latest. In Iowa, 200 people have been killed on roads in the state already this year. That's up from this time last year. Across the river, Illinois has had 607 fatalities. That is down significantly from 2018. Meanwhile, a new boutique on the Hilltop area in Davenport has opened its doors.
But the Wind Dancer isn't your typical store only dedicated to selling merchandise. In fact, the business is hoping to help families heal after a loved one dies. Local 4's Andrea Medina joined us live in Davenport. Good morning, Andrea. What more can you tell us about this new place?
Good morning, guys. The backbone of this store is to raise suicide awareness, and joining me now is the owner, Wind Dancer Mishu. Good morning to you. Now, this is an amazing shop that you have here, so colorful and just a lot going on. Now, there's a personal reason why you decided to open up the shop. Tell us the story behind that.
Okay. My mother and I used to go to a shop in Peoria called Moon Dancer, and it was about 12 years ago. We went in there, and it was like the most beautiful store we've ever seen, basically. So my mother made a really great friend there. Her name was Julie. She's the owner. They became best friends, and my mother began doing psychic readings out of there. So essentially, you know, when I go to my mom's house, it was everything Moon Dancer. Like, it was so comfortable, and I felt at home, felt safe and comfortable. It was just beautiful. And about, so June 4th of this year, she committed suicide. And I decided that I needed to do something where I could feel connected to her. And this store was basically it. So I was like, you know, well, Julie, I called her, and she's like, hey, why don't you just open a store in Davenport? And I've always wanted to. So for like 10 years, that's been a big dream of mine, to open a store very similar to Moon Dancer here in the Quad Cities, because for one, I thought we didn't have anything like it. And for two, it just makes me feel at home. It's like the most beautiful place I've ever been. I feel comfortable. There's always something nice to look at. So I was like, what better way could I possibly honor her memory and feel close to her every day than open a store that she would have loved, and do something where we can give back to the community. Also raising suicide awareness, having group therapy in the back, and we just thought it would be a really great idea. My husband was like, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So
The fact you pulled this off in a matter, what, a month or a couple of weeks?
it was a few weeks, yeah. So June 4th, and then right around the end of June is when I decided to open the store. I signed a lease 2 days later, and we started just getting inventory. Julie from Peoria came down a few times, and we just kind of hit it really hard and decided to just kind of hit the floor running. So.
Absolutely. Okay, well, we're going to wrap this up really shortly. And coming up in the next 30 minutes, we're going to continue having this conversation about how she plans on, you know, using her store to help make a difference in the community. Redrick, Alexandria, back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Andrea. We'll check in with you in a little bit. 6:07 now on this Tuesday morning. Nice, cool, calm start to our Tuesday. A lot better than yesterday with all that rain we had.
Oh, for sure.
Big difference.
It is a big difference. And we're hoping today, Ash, that we have just a nice cool day overall, with temperatures staying nice and comfortable for everybody.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for, and I think we'll get that. Temperature-wise, a little bit warmer, but the humidity drops off a lot, and that makes a difference. That always makes a difference. Gorgeous sunrise here this morning. Got a lot of cloud cover still interacting here, just hanging out from yesterday, all that cloud cover we had there. But you see the clouds are moving pretty quickly across the tower camp, so we should get rid of them fast. A little bit of fog out there this morning from that moisture evaporating, but otherwise we're doing okay. 64 in Moline, dew point is 61, 60 in Davenport, so dew point already dropping off on both sides of the river. Drier air moving in, temperature sitting at about 62, and really we're looking at a pretty nice day ahead of us here. Satellite radar just have a few clouds outside, and that's about it. Otherwise, we're looking at temperatures getting back up close to 80 here this afternoon. And that'll feel really good with that low humidity, so no need to worry. 80 degrees, gusting at about 25 miles per hour, and then tonight we're going to fall back down into the mid-50s, so it'll be kind of mostly clear and cool night for us, but otherwise things will be sitting pretty for us, nice and cool.
Nice and cool and nice and comfortable, too. It's pretty much what it's been the last several days.
For sure, 57, that's long sleep weather for some folks.
I don't deny it. Just check on me in the morning.
We will.
Yeah. All right, Ashley.
Coming up, we're talking the inverted yield curve and what it means for you.
That's next in For Your Money.
Time now 6:09. You're watching Local 4 News this morning.
WHBF is local for you with Redrick Terry, Alexandria Ikomoni, and meteorologist Ash Simpson. This is Local 4 News this morning in high definition.